Thanks so much, Srikanth, for joining us on 60 Days, 60 Voices. This is an initiative that GAME, the Global Alliance for Mass Entrepreneurship, has started with all of our partners, primarily to be having conversations about, of course, the situation now, but also to be able to understand in a post-COVID world, what can we do as a group of people or groups of many, many people and partners coming together to support small businesses. You, of course, as founder of HomeLane, is beyond a small business, but I am looking for your perspective on you yourself as an entrepreneur, but more importantly, because through your value chain, you are engaged with a lot of small business owners. So my first question, Srikanth, is perhaps start with a little bit of the decisions you've made, the challenges you've experienced as founder HomeLane, and then throw some light on challenges of some of the entrepreneurs in your value chain.
First of all, Sandhya, thanks for having me, and happy to contribute to any cause which can help a larger set of entrepreneurs. We are all going through uncertain times. Nobody has been there and done that as far as the situation is concerned. So I think any collective wisdom will be very, very useful, and happy to contribute. So thanks for having me to answer some of the questions. So let me obviously tell you the number one, number two pain points as far as HomeLane are concerned, which was your first question. Clearly, it is cash flow, which has been the primarily affected party here. We have a business which is typically negative working capital business because advance is collected from customers and then work is done, as in any furniture made-to-order furniture business. But obviously after this, it has pretty much dropped down by about 98%. We have had a 98% drop in cash flows. That is the primary effect, negative effect for us. What we have done though to correct that to some extent are the following. So we were thankfully had the ability via technology platform to actually engage with customers even though we were locked down and everybody was at home, and engage with them virtually. So we used that to have some kind of engagement. So we have of customers who had already booked with us, we've been engaging with them on designing. On new customers who want to book with us, we've also been engaging with them. In fact, our new orders has not dropped by 98%. Our new orders has only dropped by 85%. That's because 15% we've been able to manage by doing some engagement with customers. So I think those are some of the things which has helped. The other things obviously has been people have been displaced. They've not been able to go back to their hometowns, whoever wanted to, in many cases because of the restrictions, etc. So we have tried our best to help in keeping them at least safe and comfortable wherever they are. So what we did, I found that, or at least one of the things that I believe is that when you have challenges like COVID-19, it is actually a great time to rally people around for causes that you really believe in. For us, obviously, we use a lot of the carpenter community for our work, and they are one of the most affected people in this. So one of the things that we did at HomeLane was that we constituted a fund called the Helping Hand Fund to help carpenters during these difficult times. So I'm proud to say that we actually got lakhs and lakhs of rupees personally contributed from all employees even during these difficult times, and we directly deposited them in our carpenters accounts so that they can actually use it to kind of get through these difficult times, use it for some basic essentials that they would need for. So that's the second thing. So we did some kind of customer engagement using technology, and we kind of tried to help the most vulnerable part of our ecosystem and make sure that their cash flows were at least, personal cash flows were at least better. Some of the other things that we have done over a more medium term is we have said the company is not going to survive unless and until we make some changes. So we have actually voluntarily taken cuts across the ecosystem, highest being on top and obviously lowest being at the bottom of the pyramid, across the ecosystem, so that we can make this more survivable for all of us. And the theme that we have gone with, or at least across all the communication that we have done, is everybody is pained during the COVID-19 times. Nobody is spared. We all have to share the pain. I think share the pain has been the central theme that we have gone with. This is not only for internal, but also for external communication, be it our vendors, be it our partners like landlords or suppliers, etc. We've been telling them also the same thing. So we are willing to help. You should also be willing to help. This is not going to go away by one entity or person taking the weight. This needs to be shared across the ecosystem.
Thanks. Clearly, I mean, you've thought this through, and the whole shared pain, it really is a resonating and urgent communication to be made, right? Srikanth, I want to spend a little more time. You've given us the broad idea of both your own initiatives as an entrepreneur, founder of HomeLane, but to push a little deeper into some of the small business owners, right? My understanding is through your value chain, a lot of these people are small business owners, the kind of people that Game really is looking to support. Are you seeing any innovation around surviving in these times that's coming from their end, apart from the support that's being offered top, not just coming in from the top, but bottom up? Are you seeing any kind of innovative ways they're managing this situation?
So at the moment, the largest pain that is being inflicted is on the small enterprises. There's really no doubt about it. I think they have been the worst affected. A lot of them are actually trying to innovate by trying to do different services during this time. So some of them who were doing logistics, for example, are now trying to do logistics in a much smaller space. I mean, who are doing intercity now is doing intracity for essential commodities, because that is something where there is a demand. So people are, while they can't get out of the space that they are and do completely something different, but they're trying to move into a different area in their same domain where the demand is much more than it is in the other domains. Because obviously, intercity logistics, the demand has dropped much more. Intracity logistics, the demand is still there, even though even there it's dropped, but at least they can get their businesses to work without too much of an issue if they are in essential services. So basically, during these difficult times, cash flow is king. And everyone is trying to innovate in trying to get better cash flow into their businesses. That's really what everybody is trying to do. Some of the other things that I've also been seeing is that they have been trying their best to at least keep the most vulnerable protected as much as possible. So even if they themselves are cutting their own salaries by a significant percentage, but they're making sure that they're paying the people who are, down the value chain, so that they are protected. I mean, I think I have seen that across not only our ecosystem, but also a lot of peers and a lot of other colleagues who are part of the ecosystem that I am. I think definitely seeing that. I'm also seeing some trends emerge. Some trends emerge in terms of customers more willing to buy online. I think a lot of it has been by force. But despite that force being there, I think there's been a spike in terms of number of customers who have been willing to buy online now, even be it essential services also. So we've also seen a lot of people who are working in doing hyper local logistics. Their demand go up because the need to deliver is obviously there. So that's another piece that I have at least noticed over the last month or so.
And that leads me to my third and final question, Srikanth. And this is more the hat I'd like to you to where is not just of Homeland, but just someone who's worked with many, many entrepreneurs and looking at lots of businesses, right? Even with Unitas Ventures. Do you see this time as buy local, buy India, that opportunity for new ideas? Do you have a perspective on what a post-COVID world for India from new emerging opportunities means?
I think every challenge is also an opportunity in disguise. Yes, this one, it seems like you look really hard to look at the opportunity, but there is. I actually read a very interesting quote which I must share, which was attributed to Ayrton Senna. I think we all know who Senna is, right? So he said that when it is sunny and when it's perfect conditions, you cannot overtake 15 cars in a race. But when it is raining, you can. So I think to me that made a lot of sense. This is a time when people need to innovate, need to look at and predict what may happen. And I'll give you some tidbits as to what I have been not only reading but also thinking about in terms of a lot more people are going to start working from home. They may even start liking doing it, and definitely are going to do it more often in the future than they were doing it in the past. I think that's one thing that's very clear. So there is an opportunity in anything that is going to make their life more comfortable in terms of working from home. So be it home office furniture, be it backgrounds, right? I mean, I was looking for a background now so that I don't get any disturbance of anybody moving at the back, etc. Right? So everybody has that issue. So can I get a simple fitting to a furniture which can at least have a nice background, which will prevent any disturbance in this? So it can be very simple things like that. But I think those are the opportunities. I'll give you another thought that has been coming in, and this actually came from Walmart in the US. The number of people buying shirts or wear or clothes for the top of the body has gone up significantly more than the people buying trousers or anything equivalent of trousers. Basically, that's because people are now only meeting virtually. So people need to start thinking about what next, what is going to be the effect of this happening, and then come up with scenarios which they can then take advantage of. I think there is enough and more things that will come up. I mean, even if I can go back to the scenario on the home furniture that I was talking about, office furniture at home that I was talking about, then there is an opportunity for people to have long just simple spike busters. I mean, that is going to sell a lot more once the downturn is lifted. I can guarantee you that, right? More storage space. All of us, at least in the kitchen, have started hoarding more. We are buying more rice, we are buying more pulses, we are buying more vegetables than we've ever bought in our lives. So you automatically need more storage space in your kitchen. So that's an opportunity that's going to come up. So you need to think ahead of what is happening or what is going to happen. And I'll end with one last thing, which even IKEA has spoken about, and I'm going to stick to furniture, I'm sorry, but this is one which IKEA has spoken about. There definitely is going to be a baby boom coming up in November, December, simply because there has been a 45-day lockdown. That is an opportunity, according to me. People who really act and move fast as per that opportunity will be able to do business when that opportunity comes. So those are some of the things that I think that's at least a line of thought that people can take and say, then what, and then try to predict what's going to happen in the future. I hope that's helpful for someone.
No, thank you. I think that was very well put. All three of the instances, the Senna quote resonated, especially because he's always been my favorite sports person. But even what you've said, right, about the opportunity, right now, this is a situation we are in. We might as well start thinking about what next.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Srikanth. This was a great conversation.
No worries. All right.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye.